Good morning. Today is Friday and I wanted to give a bit of an update with my reading. So I'm still not finished with Great Big Beautiful Life. We've had a very busy week this week. I am on page 157, so I do hope to finish this weekend. I also started though because I was not listening to an audiobook, and I always find that my house is a lot more tidy when I am listening to an audiobook, and so I wanted to pick one out. I'm listening to The Women by what's her name? Where's the book? Is it Kristen Hanna? Where did I put it? Kristen Hanna. Listening to The Women by Kristen Hanna, and I am really enjoying myself so far. I am about over an hour in, and I'm really liking it so far. True historical fiction girly. I just eat it up. Ever since I can remember being in 4th grade and loving historical fiction. And so that's just really what I like. Sometimes when I hear like World War I, II, whatever, it's kind of like off-putting, like I'm not trying to be like sad or anything like that, but I always have a great time. I always enjoy myself. I also love like Black historical fiction. Eat it up every time. I loved The House of Eve. I loved Yellow Wife. What else? I can't think right now, but I also loved Summer of '69 by Ellen Hildebrand. That's my favorite one of her books so far. And then I think I read the next book in that kind of like duology, Summer of '79. Really enjoyed that. Did I finish that? I think I did. I know that I loved House of '69. But so yeah, those are the two books that I'm listening to right now. Great Big Beautiful Life and The Women. And I'm having a great time. This book is starting to really pick up. We're on page 157, chapter 15, and a little less than halfway through the book. Do I think it's gonna be my most favorite Emily Henry book so far? Not sure. I do love this, but I really enjoyed Book Lovers. And so I was thinking, because I heard that this was her first non-romance book, and so I was kind of thinking that I wasn't going to eat it up. I don't know why in my brain I just think that I love romance. And I like romance. I really enjoy it. Especially a good rom-com. I eat it up. I'll always sign up. But there are things that I do love more than romance. And so I don't know why I think that. I don't know. But I'm really enjoying the like other aspect to it. They are essentially two people are combining for a job, so divine rivals, if you will. Not very divine, but two people are competing for a position. I don't really want to say too much. Do they say it? Oh yeah, okay. It does say it on here. It says pretty much they're both competing for the chance to write the biography of a woman that no one has seen in years. And so that woman, I'm enjoying her story. And so I like it. I would recommend it. I'm really enjoying myself. So after I finish these two, I want to start Wild Dark Shore, and I want to start Faith's book from the book club. She actually wrote a book, and it's going to be available soon for you guys to pre-order, and so I'm excited about that. I try to do like one audiobook, one physical book, one book to read on my Kindle. And so once I finish with The Great Big Beautiful Life, I want my next physical book to be Wild Dark Shore. My Kindle book is gonna be Faith's book. And then after I finish The Women, I think I'm gonna buy, or not buy, but use my credit on Audible for another Kristen Hanna book, because it's gonna be a Kristen Hanna month. This is my first book that I'm reading by her. Well, listening to, but we're reading Firefly Lane for the book club pick of the month. Well, I'm about to go to a cute little brunch with the girls. And so you guys know my hair has been irritating me, so I just did a little slick back because I don't have time to be playing. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring you along. It's gonna be very cute. We're gonna go to the brunch, then we're going to ride, I think, like the Kansas City streetcar, which I think you like. It's like a tourist type thing. I think that's how it sounds. And then after, if there's any little bookstores around, maybe I can convince them to go with me. And then whenever I come back home, Bill and we are gonna go to Best Buy to get a couple of things. And so I'm gonna take you guys with me. So now I'm irritated because I'm actually 30 minutes late, because as I'm walking out the freaking door, my jeans rip, okay? And so now I didn't redo my whole outfit, but I had to put on these freaking jeans that I do not want to wear. Little bell-bottom jeans, whatever. I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. But yeah, we are now on the way to the restaurant. Thank you. Yeah, I am. Thank you.
You know what? Stop your trying to do that.
And go through just like we're driving down, 58 highway. We just wanted to hurry up and get it over and done with. And he said that there's some lessons that we need to learn through our trials and tribulations.
So I haven't filmed in like 3 days, but we're about to go to the Kansas City Royals game. I know absolutely nothing about baseball, but it's a very beautiful day, and we're going with the church. So yeah.
What spirit was that?
Oh, my baby. So So I wanted to come out here because it really was a beautiful day. It was pretty sunny, but as you can see, it looks like a storm is about to roll in. So I'm about to hurry up. I'm going to show you guys my TBR for May. Um, I'm still reading Great Big Beautiful Life. You guys know what that's about. I talked about it a little bit before. Great Big Beautiful Life. Alice Scott is an eternal optimist, still dreaming of her big writing break. Hayden Anderson is a Pulitzer Prize winning human thundercloud, and they're both on balmy little Crescent Island for the same reason, to write a biography of a woman who no one has seen in years. And so I'm sure they fall in love because it's an Emily Henry book. Pretty good so far. Next, I'm going to read The Glass Castle. This is going to be my first nonfiction book, dare I say ever. A lot of girls in the book club are reading this, so we're going to do a buddy read on The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. And it is a memoir. Let's see. There were some really great comments made about it. It says, Charles Dickens' scene of poverty and hardship are no more audacious and no more provocative than those in the pages of this stunning memoir. Some people are born storytellers. Some lives are worth telling. The best memoirs happen when these two conditions converge. In The Glass Castle, they have. Which is why I think I'm going to like this, because I took that test that tells you whether, like, what color reader you are, and it says that I'm a yellow reader, and what that meant was that I like to feel when I read, and that is so true. And actually they gave book recommendations, and this was one of the recommendations for like my results of the test. And so I am super excited to read this. I actually already started a little bit. I'm only on page 15, but it was really good so far. It says The Glass Castle is a remarkable memoir of resilience and redemption, and a revelatory look into a family at once deeply dysfunctional and uniquely vibrant. When sober, Jeanette's brilliant and charismatic father captured his children's imagination, teaching them physics, geology, and how to embrace life fearlessly. But when he drank, he was dishonest and destructive. Her mother was a free spirit who abhorred the idea of domesticity and didn't want the responsibility of raising a family. The Walls children learned to take care of themselves. They fed, clothed, and protected one another, and eventually found their way to New York. Their parents followed them, choosing to be homeless even as their children prospered. The Glass Castle is truly astonishing, a memoir permeated by the intense love of a peculiar but loyal family. Very, very excited to get through that. Next, I'm going to read Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. This is actually our book club book of the month. And so I'm really excited because I'm reading or listening to another Kristen Hanna book right now, and I am really, really, really enjoying myself. You know, they made this a Netflix show. And so I started it. I don't think I finished the show. Not because there was anything wrong with it, but I just think I didn't have time. This is what it says. Spanning more than 3 decades and playing out across the ever-changing face of the Pacific Northwest, Firefly Lane is the best-selling story of two women and the friendship that defines their lives. In the turbulent summer of 1974, Kate Malarkey has accepted her place at the bottom of the 8th grade social food chain. Then, to her amazement, the coolest girl in the world moves in across the street and wants to be her friend. Tully Hart seems to have it all: beauty, brains, ambition. On the surface, they are as opposite as two people can be, but they make a pact to be best friends forever. By summer's end, they've become Tully and Kate, inseparable. For 30 years, Tully and Kate are there for each other, weathering the storms of friendship, jealousy, anger, resentment. They think they've survived it all until an unexpected betrayal puts their bond to the ultimate test. An unexpected betrayal. Okay. Next, I am listening to The Women by Kristen Hanna, and that is my audiobook pick for right now. Love, 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 love. I talked about that a little bit, I think, earlier in the vlog, but I am really, really enjoying myself with that book. Also, I am about to read on my Kindle Faith's book, What Should Have Been Ours by Faith Pinkay. Very excited, and I do believe that it is out for pre-order now, so you can go on Amazon. I will actually put the link in the description box below. You can go check that book out. I'm really excited to read that this month. And then last but not least on my May TBR is going to be Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. Anytime I see a last name that looks like this, I always say McConaughey, like Matthew McConaughey, but no, I think it's Charlotte McConaughey. I've heard from multiple people that this book is really good. The cover is stunning. I just love it. I did pick this as my subscription for the Book of the Month subscription. It says Dominique Salt and his 3 children are caretakers of Shearwater, a tiny island not far from Antarctica. Home to the world's largest seed bank, Shearwater was once full of researchers, but with sea levels rising, the salts are now its final inhabitants. Until during the worst storm the island has ever seen, a woman mysteriously washes ashore. Isolation has taken its toll on the salts, but as they nurse the woman, Rowan, back to strength, it begins to feel like she might just be what they need. Rowan, long accustomed to protecting herself, starts imagining a future where she could belong to someone again. But Rowan isn't telling the whole truth about why she sets out for Shearwater. And when she discovers sabotaged radios in a freshly dug grave, she realizes Dominique is keeping his own secrets. As the storms on Shearwater gather force, they all must decide if they can trust one another enough to protect the precious seeds in their care before it's too late, and if they can finally put the tragedies of the past behind them to create something new together. A novel of breathtaking twist, dizzying beauty, and ferocious love, Wild Dark Shore is about the impossible choices we make to protect the people we love, even as the world around us disappears. So this is going to be a more like cozy book, it sounds like. I don't know, but I'm very, very excited about that. What else? I was gonna say something else. I don't know, but oh, that's what I was gonna say. I was going to try to put together like a TBR jar, or putting a wheel together where the wheel will select your TBR for you, or there's other ways like letting my husband choose my TBR. I was gonna do that, but there's too many books that I want to read. Oh yeah, I also want to read My Friends by Frederick Backman because I loved Beartown. I read that last month. Just a 5-star read. It's not like anything, I mean, something crazy did happen in the book, but it wasn't like the plot wasn't crazy. It wasn't that. It was just so real, like just like it was so human. And so that was my first go round at a Frederick Backman book. I have A Man Called Ove by him, but I want to see about, I think I can get his new release, My Friends, on Libby. I put myself on the wait list for that, and it does say that there's only one person ahead of me. So I may be able to get to that as well. But yeah, that is my TBR for the month of May. So I realized as I'm editing that I did not film an outro video. And so today is actually Wednesday. This video was from last weekend. I had a great day today too, though. So I went to a coffee shop with Treasure from the book club, and it was really nice. I love meeting other believers. We talked about, I don't know, we was there for hours. We talked about Jesus. We talked about life. We talked about work. We talked about books. We talked about a whole lot of things. And she actually got me to try this like boba spot I didn't get boba because I don't drink boba, but she did get me this blue lemonade. It was so good. But here is a couple of clips from that. Okay, so I'm here with Treasure, and she got some matcha and some, what is this? Boba. Is this boba? Boba is in it. Boba's in it.
Boba, and then I also added lychee pearls. It's really good.
Okay, I wasn't gonna go the full way, so she got me a blue lemonade, but I'm about to try it. Let's see.
I'm curious to see. I hope you like it.
And you just bust.
Yep, it's popping.
Fire.
You like it?
I love it. I'm glad I didn't get the 75%.
This is sweet.
Yes, and I like my lemonade more tart. Very good.
So like you can go to places.
But I did just want to pop back over and say thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If you would, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the YouTube things that you know to do. I really appreciate it, and stay tuned for the next one.